effectively in a clear and logical way. When we do our proofs, we are arguing that the statement we are given is true. We state what we are required to find, our body of our proof, support the details we need, and we end the proof with a conclusion.
You know, that, I hate to interrupt, it's all fascinating, but that kind of sounds to me like a debate.
Exactly. We are both teaching our students skills that they can use in many of their other subjects, and Alaric has mastered many of these skills.
Hey, you know what's cool?
What?
We just kind of debated why Alaric makes a great choice for valedictory.
Yes, we've proven our case. QED.
QE what?
It's a math thing. It means that which was to be demonstrated. It is with great pleasure, Cawthra, that we introduce to you your valedictorian, Alaric McKenzie-Boone.
Yeah, swag. That introduction itself is going to be hard to follow. But Mr. Hernandez, and they both made excellent points. Mr. Hernandez was right, especially that math is its own language, which is why I'm going to be giving this entire address in math. No, I'm joking about it. It's not possible. You can't do that. Okay. All right. So, you know, as I lay in bed the other night, trying to think of what to say for this speech, I looked up at the stars, and I thought to myself, where did my roof go? I still remember my first day at Cawthra. Even though I'm not always the most socially bold guy, I had no problem at lunch those first couple weeks approaching any group of people and sitting down to share a meal. I made many new friends in all of my classes, some of whom I'm still close with to this day. My first memorable Cawthra experiences happened inside of drama class, which is fairly natural considering that I was a drama major. Now, any non-drama major will tell you that all drama majors do is play games in class. Right? And that accusation is completely true. At least for the first couple of weeks. We play games to begin connections between people that eventually unite the class and the entire year through our shared love of drama. And it's not just in drama that this happens. Everywhere, the first few lessons and activities lay the groundwork, but for what's going to be an excellent 4 years. I have so much fun these days telling people, well, I am a classically trained actor. It's ridiculous. Both the amount of fun I have and me calling myself a classically trained actor. The first Cawthra activity for which I threw my classically theatrical hat into the classically theatrical ring was the school musical. I was feeling pretty good going into the audition, but once Mr. Little started playing the piano, something magic happened. I, magically, forgot how to stay on key. I was all over the place for a while until he mercifully let me start over. Fortunately, I got a callback. Unfortunately, it was a dance callback. I showed up, and I danced my stiff, awkward best, but I didn't make cast or chorus. Now, I thought it was over then, until the next day, Mr. Swire asked me to sing my audition piece in front of my entire drama class. I was nervous, but I gulped down my fear and sang the piece. To my surprise, I got a lot of positive feedback from my classmates that did wonders for my confidence in my singing and acting abilities. And Mr. Swire assured me that the only reason I didn't get a part in the chorus was my dance abilities. Or lack thereof. Although Cawthra activities, not just musicals, sometimes need to be selected in order to ensure high quality, Cawthra, specifically through Mr. Swire in my case, has a unique way of being accepting, even in rejection. And I'm sure we've all had experiences. And you know, I took several years of martial arts and a year of hip-hop dance lessons, all in an attempt to fix my awkward physicality. And to this day, whenever I play a character with physicality unlike my own, I sink into this posture. That's not good acting. If 4 years of drama under the wonderful teachers of the drama department can't fix me, I don't think anything can. I mean, they're so kind and wise and hardworking and generous and caring and skilled. I love you guys. And I'm not being paid to say this. And I assume I'm not being paid the other half back after the ceremony. Right, guys? I'm joking. The one thing I did have success with in the extracurricular department was debate club. I came to Cawthra actively seeking a place where I could argue with other people about anything and everything. And indeed, the debate club is full of people who will argue that up is down, citing sections of the charter. If you give them podiums. And that wouldn't have been possible without Miss Hall and Miss Bartok, so thank you. And many of us, the graduating class of 2012, came to Cawthra with the intention of pursuing some specific interest. Photography, ultimate frisbee, or what have you. And because of the commendable efforts of Cawthra staff towards creating extracurriculars, we were not disappointed. Although debate club continued throughout my time at Cawthra, I took grade 10 off from acting to improve my skills. It wasn't until grade 11 that I started getting involved in extracurricular activities in a big way. That year I got into the musical because there was, mercifully, no dance audition. I entered the process not really knowing what to expect. I had done private productions, but these were on a fairly casual basis. What the musical involved was long hours, day after day after day, including Sundays, of rehearsing and rehearsing and rehearsing the piece, practically to death. Now, although there were general grumblings amongst disgruntled actors and singers, by the time we were done with it, it was pretty darn good if I do say so myself. The point of this is that it takes hard work to make something good, but it pays off when you know that you've done a good job. The fact that almost any Cawthra student in this graduating class has the same try-hard attitude is inspiring, and it makes it possible for any collaborative project to be a success. To an extent, you get out of a course what you put into it, and that's where Cawthra students' effort helps. But it's equally important to have teachers that put that same effort into providing that learning. I know Ms. Fernandez would always answer any ridiculous question I had in math class, and she did great things for my enjoyment of mathematics. If any member of our year really wanted to learn something, there was always a teacher there, ready and willing to make that happen. Grade 12 also saw the creation of Cawthra's first mock trial team. Lawyers and judges in the Ontario Bar Association put together a fictional criminal justice case that students act out both as lawyers and as witnesses. And although I never won any tournaments as Secretary General of Debate Club, pretty cool. I know that those skills helped me and the rest of Cawthra's first mock trial tournament team win 3rd place in the provincial tournament. Thanks to Ms. Boyudin and Tosh for making that possible, and for endless hours of practice and coaching. Besides having personal achievements and personal bests, the entire graduating class of 2012 has earned various recognitions on a national level in a variety of fields: arts, athletics, clubs, tests, everything, as you can see throughout the first part of tonight. This helps to prove that Cawthra passes even objective measures of success, and that we make a big splash in the competitive world. Now, of course, as a law-loving drama major, my extracurricular experience at Cawthra is colored. Mine was only one of the seemingly infinite paths through 4 or 5 years at Cawthra, and we have all taken different paths. But what these paths have in common is that they all brought us here, to graduation. We accomplished something, and we have memories that will be with us forever. And that's worth recognizing. I want to talk a little bit about bullying too. Now, bullying is an issue for a lot of schools. A lot. Many people who I've come to know personally over the years have tragic stories about being bullied at school because they were different in some way, because they were special. And then something wonderful happens. And more often than not, that person demonstrates a talent to earn a place in Cawthra, but regardless, once they get to Cawthra, the hatred vanishes. I literally saw one fight during my entire 4 years at Cawthra, and that fight contained no members of the graduating class of 2012. One day, I literally wore my mom's rainbow tie-dye pants to school, with my gold sequined top hat and my shiny disco jacket. And I was not the most outrageously dressed person there. Once someone comes to Cawthra, they find an accepting community of people who won't hate you just because you're special. And the reason for that is because we're all special. I encourage each and every one of the graduating class of 2012 to bring that attitude to the world.